And we have more breaking news. A jury has finally been selected and opening statements are getting started in the Sean Diddy Combs trial. Prosecutors are expected to paint Combs as the head of a criminal organization who exploited his fame and fortune to sexually abuse women and men.
Our next guest was a New Jack Swing superstar in the 80s. Now, Al B. Sure is using his second chance at life to fight for health equity.
After surviving a coma and liver transplant, he's an advocate pushing for real healthcare change. He's also exposing shocking truths about the music industry and recording artist Diddy in his upcoming tell-all, Do You Believe?
Things are already becoming intense as the biggest trial in the music industry begins, and he is in danger of major trouble. In an interview, singer Al B. Sure disclosed that he intends to testify against Diddy. He didn't hold back when he mentioned that Diddy was involved in Kim Porter's death and that Diddy may have even attempted to remove him. What he said might change everything.
So, because you just collapsed, right?
Yeah, so, just mysteriously out of the blue, which we do talk about in the book.
Yes,
what that,
I want to get into that.
What that process is. But so it's been quite a journey. And as I said, even as it relates to writing the book, I went through many, almost, more than a decade of being scrutinized and clowned by law enforcement and telling me, you need some help. Really? What's wrong with you? No way. But not realizing that they were also working for the situation.
Because you were hinting, saying,
posting.
Yeah.
I get calls, take it down, or else, so on and so forth.
But this is about Diddy, so let's be clear for everybody that doesn't know.
Diddy, who's about to, his trial's about to start. Yeah, yes. They're selecting a jury.
But you were on this train years ago.
Yes, many, many years ago, I posted some information that was, basically trying to save my life. And thank goodness to my ex, the wonderful Kim Porter, the late Kim Porter, who, kind of warned me all along the way to, just kind of watch your back, so on and so forth. And I didn't understand why.
Because of Diddy.
Basically.
Do you believe that she died of pneumonia?
Absolutely not.
Why? What evidence do you have?
She was in the best of health. We just saw each other prior to her passing. We were actually celebrating our son's new Netflix Christmas special. And she was doing just fine. In fact, we were all at the event together at Netflix in the lobby. Sean, myself, the children, all having a great time. And I'm, grabbing Sean like, and she's in the back going, stop, So it was a really festive opportunity just for all of us to be together, because it's nothing like the circus that's out here. So it was a lot of the stuff, came to surprise, but a lot of the stuff will be revealed and that's why I thought it would be a good idea to finally tell my story. Every network came to me, participate and so on and so forth. I said, listen, I have no interest in speaking about another man.
You are in the book.
Yeah, right. But this, I will speak about where our paths cross and what's most relevant. It's something I've been trying to say for many, many years. And unfortunately, Roseanne, even with Sean being incarcerated, that's not a celebration. There's no celebration in it. First and foremost, there's way too much collateral damage, and in many, many ways. Many people's lives are affected. And in fact, a genre of music that I grew up in is ruined right now.
In the 1990s, Diddy was in a relationship with Kim Porter. The two had a son named Quincy together, but after their breakup, Kim began dating Diddy around 1994. Gene Deal claimed that Diddy actually stole Kim Porter from Al Sure. For years, people have been waiting to see Diddy face justice because he seemed untouchable, as if he could do anything he wanted in the music industry. In the 2000s and 2010s, Diddy was known for being a bully behind the scenes.
Him and Al never been the best of friends. Yeah, motherfuckers think that he had adopted Quincy, and he never did. Al was never out of his son's life. I knew Al way back in Mount Vernon. He used to wear leather pants and 100 degrees. I knew it way back then, though, man. Al a good dude. A good dude. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? So, If Al got something to say about that's happening to him and Puff has something to do with it, trust and believe he gonna have evidence to substantiate that Puff did that shit. Either he gave him something or sent something his way.
But what was the beef between Albert Shore and Diddy? Like, why wasn't they on good terms?
The nigga was dating Kim. You understand? That's his kid's mother. And they was cool. They was friends. Misa and Kim was cool. They was all in that Uptown family. Uptown Records family. How you gonna date the mother of you my man, you cool. We all be around each other. And you dating the mother of my son. Alan never go try to date Misa. You know what I mean?
Diddy and Kim had a sporadic relationship until 2007, when Diddy later acknowledged that they had broken up because he had cheated. But there was more going on behind the scenes. Diddy's former bodyguard claimed that Diddy had been violent with Kim and other women, including singer Cassie. Diddy even adopted Quincy and raised him like his...
A lot of things happened to Kim that she never explained to her father. So to see that girl take that beating like that, her father probably thought within himself, that's some of the things that happened to my daughter. And it has to be sickening to him, knowing that his daughter probably went through the same shit that Cassie went through.
Yeah, he made a comment saying that he was disgusted when he seen that video. He even said that he wouldn't even do a dog like that, the way Diddy did Cassie.
Yeah. His heart would go out to Cassie because he's looking at the fact that his daughter's not here to even raise her own damn kids, man. His daughter's not here in the seat because I got daughters myself, bro. You know what I'm saying? And I give my heartbeat, both my arms. And just to imagine, to think that somebody was doing that to your daughter, bro. I know Kim got tired. That's why she took that corkscrew and ripped his damn arm out. Tried to rip his arm off for putting his hands on. I know she was tired. Them pillow fights and that smothering her with the pillows and all that, like he playing with her. I know she was tired.
Yeah, he also told Rolling Stone that Diddy, he's a jealous person that don't know what love is.
He knows that, bro. Kim couldn't have nobody, bro. Kim couldn't have nobody. You understand what I'm saying, bro? Diddy could do whatever, Puff could do whatever he wanted to do, Brother Love could do whoever he wanted to be. If Kim ever tried to get with somebody, Puff would interfere with them or with her trying to be.
He even recounted an incident on Sunset Boulevard where Diddy got physical with Kim inside a car. When Kim stepped out, she acted like nothing had happened, but she didn't stay silent. She stood her ground and warned him not to lay a hand on her again, or she'd make sure the world saw what he was doing. That moment revealed a troubling pattern. What Cassie went through years later wasn't isolated. Kim had experienced similar abuse long before. Al B. Sure initially had no issue with Diddy, but everything changed when Kim confided in him. She told Al she was genuinely afraid. She believed Diddy might hurt her. Then in 2018, Kim suddenly passed away. She'd reportedly been battling flu-like symptoms, and the official cause of death was listed as pneumonia. Diddy went public with his grief, claiming he was heartbroken. Though they weren't together at the time, he said he still loved her. But Al B sure didn't buy it. He believed Diddy's mourning was a performance, and worse, he suspected foul play. According to Al, Kim had been preparing to speak out about the abuse, and he feared Diddy may have had her silenced before she could.
You know how Albert Short, he came out saying that Kim Porter death needs to be looked into?
I think that Al being his ex-wife, he have every right, knowing about the stuff that came out about Diddy and what he was doing. You understand what he has done in the past, and people have overlooked it. By him coming out and saying that he hoped that he could get her case reopened. There was a guy called John the Paperwork Party. They would put in an open petition to get Kim's case reopened. You understand what I'm saying? So I'll be sure doing this is showing that, you know, he still got love for Quincy's mother. He still want to find out the truth because allegedly Kim was fine the day before and the day of her death. And then now she found in the bed dead from pneumonia. That just don't sound right, bro. That don't sound right at all.
So you feel the same way about her death being suspect?
I don't think nobody in America thinks nothing suspicious about Kim's death, bro. If you are rich like that, you could, you know, Kim had, I think, a net worth of like, what, 12 million a year or something like that? Kim could have called any doctor to come over and look at her. If she was that bad, you know, she could have called an ambulance or something like that. Everything is suspicious about her death, bro.
Al called for an investigation shortly after Kim's death, but people didn't believe him. They made fun of him online and claimed he was just grieving, but he persisted in talking, saying Kim had forewarned him that this would happen. She even showed him a book she was writing that revealed everything about Diddy, which many believe contains the secret to Diddy's darkest secret.
Just like Jay-Z was afraid of Kathy White's interview. It's funny how things that they're afraid of disappear.
Who you think is next on the chopping block? Because I believe there's a chopping block. And there might be.
Oh, there is. Sean Carter. They're trying to avoid him. I'm going to make sure they can. I have a total of 9 witnesses that are about to start coming forward. I'm going to walk them one by one. But the things that these people have to tell, and the video evidence and the recordings that they had, yeah,
Wow.
it's worse than Diddy. A lot of psychological operations being ran on employees, former girlfriends, mothers of secret children, interns that refused to sign non-disclosure agreements. Their lives were literally blown to smithereens. I was lucky to survive them. If you really look at their careers, it's just a trail of bodies that they've been stacking up and standing.
After recuperating, Alb remained silent until the news broke that Diddy was being sued and arrested. Alb said that he didn't think his health issues were natural and that someone had done it to silence him. People continued to call him crazy, but when Diddy's arrest actually happened, everything changed. He posted a message online stating that he had been warning people for years, tagging police in an effort to protect others and sharing what Kim had told him before she passed away. He claimed that her computer and phone had been stolen to conceal her book notes that revealed Diddy's gene. Deal confirmed this nearly a year
For this interview that Dallas Austin, his daughter, was at her house the day she died.
Yo, I heard that the paperclip party broke that story because it was told to them by Kim's Porter father. That is in the police report. That this is in the police report. That Dallas Austin's daughter, who was a friend of Kim's, left her house at 8 o'clock. That Kim had made a call, 911 call at 2:15 that morning. And I don't know what happened in the 911 call or what was said. But they said that Dallas Austin's daughter, according to Kim's father, was the woman that left her house at 8:15. So she was the last person, according to her, to see Kim alive. And that was broken by the paperclip party because they had a conversation with Kim's Porter father. That's crazy. Now, what was Kim's state? Why did, and in the report, didn't it say she had blood on the pillow and bruises or something like that? The case needs to be reopened, man. The case really needs to be reopened. Because if that girl was there and she said that Kim was all right, what happened from 8 to 11? And why did all Kim's stuff come up missing?
I ain't know any of that, man. I never heard of that. So when they found her, she had bruises and a lot of her stuff was missing.
Bro, it's a lot of suspect things going on. First and foremost, in our day and time, other than a house key, a woman gonna keep her phone and you know, she got a lot of different purses, but everybody always grab their phone. Why come right till today, right now, nobody knows what Kim Porter's phone is? And they know they had iPhone. Why have nobody went to the cloud and got the text messages and the things off her phone? Because everything that came in that phone is text, and you know your iPhone find my phone. Nobody tried to find the phone.
Al is calling for a thorough probe into Kim's death that includes not only Diddy, but also everyone in her immediate vicinity.
I'm blaming this entire industry in the way it's gone. And, you know, there's no one person that's in charge, but this level and this magnitude of a story, of detriment, of diabolical, you know, just heinous, you know, whatever's really going on, it's unfortunate.
Is Diddy suing you or threatening to sue you?
No.
No?
I have the truth.
But one thing is, you have volunteered to testify at the trial, correct?
Not as of yet. Actually, I was subpoenaed.
Okay.
So my attorneys worked something out. So I believe when the time is right, you know, I'm going to discuss it with my attorneys.
But you're willing to?
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely, I am. You know, and again, there's no, like I said, this is not marketing for me. I'm living this life. And
So
the
let me
only
ask-
reason I wanted to tell the story, Kurt, was very specifically because I was ignored. There was the most expensive PR campaign against me to shut me down. If you actually knew what they did to me, there was a bounty on my head. There was a bunch of stuff.
So do you think specifically then that Sean Diddy Combs or people affiliated with him did something to you that caused you to have multi-organ failure?
I believe this to be the case, yes. Absolutely.
Wow.
My first time saying it.
Are you concerned that he still has power outside of incarceration?
Remember, I'm the only one who spoke up, and I'm the only one left alive. So this is not about a scared thing, you know. It's just time to reveal